Coming up in this video. If you're easily frightened by scary videos, then close your eyes, because these are the 30 scary videos you'll wish you did not watch. Number 30. Magic Trick. The floodwaters are barreling down the pipe right at you. You've got nowhere to turn. What would you do? Posted to TikTok by Mike Clark, this scary video shows a group sitting in an open-air bus, about to witness the greatest terror of their lives. As they sit calmly, a rush of water turns a corner up ahead, rounding some houses and flowing right toward them. People on the bus start screaming. Others grab their phones to take photos and video. The water bursts out of the adjacent home's windows and pours toward their bus. Although the screaming continues, the people in the video remain unnervingly calm. Because it turns out this is a tour at Universal Studios. What you're witnessing here is nothing but movie-making magic. I gotta say, it definitely fooled me. Number 29. Rare Cloud. Filmed in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, in March of 2019. This intriguing cloud has some wondering if the end of times is upon us. Posted by Mr. Patek, the mysterious video shows a small crowd gathered outside, staring up at an oddly spherical cloud. The cloud is blocking a source of light. It's not clear if that source is the moon, a bright star, or something else. The cloud hangs in the sky long enough for others to stop and capture photos of it. The footage continues for 2 whole minutes as more and more stop to stare and film it. Is this really just a rare cloud, or is it something else more nefarious? Number 28. Statue Moves. Published by the Hidden Underbelly 2.0 in December of 2016. This viral event shows a procession of the Catholic faith during a religious parade, but what happens next is certainly mysterious. In the video, a statue of Jesus carrying his cross is held as the parade is paused. Just as music is about to play, the statue's head moves left to right and then lifts upward. Although skeptics say it could just be the wind, believers think it may be a miracle. They also argue that the rest of the figure doesn't move, apart from its robe, but the head movement seems deliberate. They claim the head seems to be lifting toward the sky. What do you think? Is this a miracle? Or is there some other explanation? Number 27. Predator Outside. Outdoorsmen beware, this scary video will put you off camping. Published in April of 2020, Noah Steeg writes, I thought no one was around when I decided to pull over into a deserted road along the woods, but it turned into the scariest night of my life. Noah explains that someone tried to creep into his truck while he was sleeping there, and he captured some GoPro footage of the incident. In the video, which shows the pitch black darkness around him, only his voice is heard. He says someone has been walking around his vehicle for some 20 minutes, and he doesn't know what to do.
He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. My cab. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now.
Noah is unarmed and it's 2 a.m. You can hear the man's footsteps as Noah whispers into the GoPro. At one point, the man touches his truck. After walking around the truck, you can hear the man knocking.
How am I supposed to get him away? He's literally knocking. How am I supposed to get him away?
The man does this repeatedly. Noah is completely freaked out. At around 2:30, Noah notes that the man is still walking around. He flashes his light out the window and it seems to scare the man off. You can hear the sound of footsteps running away.
There he is. Oh my god.
The next day, you can see the man's handprints and scratches all along the truck's rear window and around the truck as he had tried to get in. Many in the comments note that the scariest thing is that a man was walking around in the darkness with no flashlight. Others say the man might have been targeting parked cars where there was no surveillance, and perhaps he was knocking to see if a car alarm would go off. But commenter Derek Fulowski sums it up nicely, writing, "The most dangerous predator out camping is your fellow human being. I totally agree. Stay safe out there."
How am I supposed to get him away? He's literally knocking. How am I supposed to get him away?
Number 26, Witch in Forest. Is this a witch? A ghost? Whatever it is, spits red liquid. Published by the New World Dark, this short video shows a cameraman wandering in a forest at night with nothing but a flashlight. You probably already know what will happen next. As he turns, he sees a mysterious figure standing in the forest. The figure in white has long dark hair and is standing very still. As the light falls on her, she spits something red from her mouth and then turns in a silent scream toward the camera. Even more horrifying, she then gives chase. Did the cameraman get away? I hope so. This one looks like she might swallow her prey whole. Number 25, Hacked. Just when you think you are safe. Posted to TikTok by Fran Shell. This is one example of security gone wrong. The family installed a security camera to keep an eye on their young child. The father is seen laying him down to sleep, but before he goes, the child tells his dad that he doesn't want him to leave the security camera up. When the father asks why, this is what the child answers with.
You talking?
Yeah.
Online?
Yeah.
The camera has apparently been talking to him at night. When the child's mother comes in and asks what the camera is saying, the child says it wants ice cream. He also adds that the voice is a boy.
Fox is talking?
No. No.
This is talking?
Yeah.
What is it saying?
It's saying, Rocky, I want ice cream.
Saying I want ice cream?
Some in the comments remark that they've had the same thing happen to them. It seems experienced hackers have no problem hacking into various home security systems. One TikToker, Joe Spalding, writes, "I used to work for a tech company and we had a guy talk at a big conference. He asked how good our web security was as he hacked into our site live. Is your security camera making you more vulnerable to just such an invasion of privacy? Better use a good password."
Look at this.
Huh?
Aviva, baby. What is it?
Number 24, Cabin Invasion. The paranormies pose the question, skinwalker, rake, or other cryptid. You decide what invaded their cabin at 3 a.m., leaving a mess behind. Although they didn't capture the creature in action, they did catch something reflected as they were searching the area. While looking around the cabin, the cameraman notices a dark figure in the reflection of the television. The figure appears to be standing outside their home, framed in the light of the window. He turns to look at the window but sees no one there. Looking back at the TV, the reflection is gone. He then opens the back door and steps out onto the deck, but no one is around. So who was reflected in the window? Was it a human or some sort of cryptid? It appears for now that answer will remain a mystery.
Oh my. Did you see what I saw? Man, there's so many, it looked like a reflection of someone standing up here. Oh my.
Number 23, Haunted Mansion. This ornate mansion looks like something out of Victorian England, but it's the paranormal activity here that's truly haunting. Published by Chelsea Luna in September of 2019, the search for spirits begin in this enormous break room, full of shelves, marble busts, and antique furniture. As Chelsea and James are talking in the room, something is heard walking above them.
It's really beautiful. I think people love to see it. Do you hear that?
Later, James explains his own paranormal experience in one of the rooms.
Except when we first got here in that one place. But you know what's weird? I was walking right over here.
Yes.
You hear the clock ticking?
Yeah.
So like I walked over here and I turned around and like this door was like halfway closed. But I like walked around and I thought maybe there was somebody there and there was somebody talking, but it kind of freaked me out. I'm like, did that door just close?
Yeah.
In a hallway, James again describes an experience he had in which he got a strong whiff of flowers directly in his nostrils just as they stood in front of this portrait of a woman holding flowers.
You probably don't. Maybe it's just me, but I swear to you, all of a sudden I just smelled flowers and smelled like that's freaking creepy. Isn't the thing? It's like I literally put my nose on flowers and smell like that's freaking creepy.
Chelsea films some of the old wardrobes of the era, which are encased in glass, and later they hear banging coming from either this room or this elevator. Is something paranormal happening here? Or is that just another ghost tour coming through?
What the heck? Did you hear that banging? Are you sure we want to go in that elevator? What the was that?
Number 22, Live Ghost. Well, this couple says they capture orbs on their Waze cam every night. This capture is beyond that. Published by Larissa Dorsey in December of 2018, the couple decided to live stream after their ceiling fans started spinning while completely turned off. After a moment, something unidentifiable flies into view, causing Larissa to freak out. What is this thing? Some in the comments claim to have captured the exact same figure on camera, which seems to give this video some veracity. Others think it's just a reflection of light or a camera flaw. Do you have any idea what this might be? Number 21, Behind You. What's hanging over your shoulder when you're fast asleep? Posted to the oddly terrifying subreddit by Squally Boss. The creepy image shows exactly what's going on behind you. When you turn your back toward the rest of your room at night, as you face the wall, these creeps are getting closer. Well, most say it's crazy to put your bed in the middle of the room for exactly this reason. Redditor Lone Wolf YouTube 7 has a strategy. He writes, "I'm protected because I cover myself with my blanket." Do you think a blanket will protect you from these demons? Or did this meme just ruin your favorite sleeping position? Number 20, Crawling Figure. What lives in the high grass? This scary video will reveal its nature. Published by 8208 in April of 2021, this creepy footage shows a creature with long dark hair crawling on all fours out of the brush and onto a dirt road. The skull-like face of the mysterious creature is incredibly frightening. It crouches down low, but it's unclear what it's doing. While you may think it just seems like a person on all fours, in another clip, the cameraman captures the creature from the side. Its back curves downward in a distorted and inhuman way. Its eyes also glow red. This clearly isn't human, but is it a demon? Sure seems like a possibility to me. Number 19, Baby Sees Ghost. Are babies more in tune with the spirit world? Published by Susan Payton 1 in October of 2012, this short clip seems to indicate that babies, like animals, really do have a sixth sense. The video shows a dad making faces at his baby, who is laughing and watching him intently. A moment later, an orb flies across the screen. The baby immediately loses interest in her father and watches the orb cross the room. What is this baby seeing? It appears to me this baby can see something in this room that his parents cannot. Number 18. Aggressive poltergeist. There's no doubt that something strange is going on in Sylvia C's house. Located in the UK, it's been the source of paranormal footage that sends her viewers into a panic. Here's yet another piece of evidence. Published in March of 2022, Sylvia says the kettle in her kitchen just turned on again, and there's a plate moving. After a minute, various objects are flung at Sylvia, including the yellow plate and whatever is sitting near the kettle on the counter. In the comments, Sylvia admits that she performed a Ouija board session in the kitchen, which is where most of the activity she's experienced happens. Some commenters say a portal must have been opened there and suggest that she burn some sage and contact specialists or a priest for good measure. What would you do if you opened a portal for such evil to enter? I'd be leaving that house ASAP.
Why are you doing this to me?
Number 17. Mad at you. These triplets are mad at something unseen. Posted by 555MPH, a triplet story. The scary video shows the three little ones admonishing an invisible entity in their bedroom. All three are standing, looking in one direction, only there's no one there. The triplets are pointing and screaming about how mad at the invisible entity they are. They are very adamant about their anger. The camera pans up to reveal even more clearly that there's nothing there. One asks the spirit if he likes their beds. Another says the spirit has a problem and they don't like it anymore. The uploader writes that this occurred right after they had had a nap. What do they see? And what did it do to make them mad? The fact that all three of them seem to see this thing gives me the chills. Number 16. Giant. At 7 p.m. on April 12th of 2015, in a cemetery in Wellington, New Zealand, a giant made his way home. Published by Estella Sezagama in May of 2015, this footage was taken by a passerby near Victoria University. The clip shows an extremely tall, rake-like creature climbing a hill in the distance. It is backlit by the moon in the early night sky. The creature has long limbs, but the rest of its features are indiscernible. It appears to look directly over at the camera before the footage cuts away. Did this enormous creature know he was being filmed? If so, I can't imagine this ended well for the individual recording. Number 15. Cornwall Ghosts. These ghosts are watching you. Published by Ghost Adventures of Cornwall in February of 2022, this ghost hunter found exactly what he was looking for. In the video, he is approaching an abandoned house. When a pair of phantom faces appear there, they vanish. When he gets closer to peer inside, he finds nothing that would have looked like a face from outside. Look again. The faces vanish live on camera and appear to be moving when in frame. The uploader writes, I really cannot find a rational explanation for this. There was nothing reflecting outside into the window. Many in the comments write that this was a brilliant capture and think he definitely caught a manifestation. Can you think of any other explanation? Number 14. Red eyes. Now this is a true glow up. Published by Rhys Davis in June of 2020, this creepy creature was captured on camera watching this crew through windows and doors with its glowing red eyes. The creature appears to have human-like limbs, but they're extremely elongated. Crouching on the ground, it creeps toward the door.
Oh my god. Yo.
Its eyes bright red, but its facial features indefinable. The boys race toward all the doors to ensure they're locked. And in doing so, get a closer look at the creature. But a closer look doesn't clear anything up. They still can't tell what this is. Can you? This one has got me stumped.
Oh my god. Yo. Is it locked? I can't tell if that's locked or not.
Number 13, Haunted Mansion. This paranormal hotspot is turning up the heat. Published by Greg and Heather's Explorations in June of 2020, yet another haunted mansion is ready to be explored. Our first encounter occurs when the spirits are asked to manipulate some lights. A strange phantom image appears against the grid. What is that? Shortly after, what sounds like footsteps are heard from above.
You hear this? Do you hear this right now? What?
Later, while using a spirit box to communicate with the spirits within, one of the crew feels something on her arm. She says it didn't feel like a bug. They then hear a terrifying male roar coming from outside. A moment later, the phone they're recording on starts moving on their own.
What was that? Oh my god, I was outside.
Is this place home to angry poltergeists? All signs point to yes. Number 12. In the background. Who is stalking this individual? Published in March of 2022, TRX did write, "How did Hype Mike miss this?" Some in the comments remarked that this isn't Hype Mike though. Instead in this video is Graphnix. The short clip shows a content creator setting up a camera in the corner of a hallway. As he tries to secure it, watch what happens at the end of the corridor in the darkness. A tall shadow figure lurks past, completely unnoticed by the individual. Did he really not catch it? Or was he waiting for viewers to see it on their own? Either way, Graphnix should watch his back, because it's clear he is not alone here. Number 11, Horse Ghost. Will some horse whisperer please tell us if this equine is living or passed on? Posted to the Ghosts subreddit. Regular Joe 500 says a horse passed away in this pasture near his home a few years ago. He also said, there are currently no animals in this pasture. And yet the security footage shows a ghost white horse walking along the plowed pasture, disappearing in the darkness. Regular Joe says that while this horse is white, the horse that passed away was black. A white horse is thought to be the harbinger of misfortune according to some. Many in the comments suggest it's a living horse and tell Joe to check for hoof prints, but the Redditor counters this by saying that the pasture was empty both when he got home from work and in the morning before he left. Would his neighbor let a horse out to pasture only during the night? Though there is no concrete answer, Sierra Clowder asks the most pertinent question. What kind of unfinished business could a horse possibly have? Now that's a good question. Number 10. Droned. Is this a drone or an unidentified flying object? Published by Makia Wright in February of 2022. The uploader zooms in on what appears to be a disc in the hazy sky. The moving disc is traveling slowly across the sky and wobbling somewhat. Has this unidentified flying object been in an accident? Or is it a drone gone astray? It appears for the time being the answer will remain a mystery.
I don't know what that is, you know. Looks like a disc, Beb. It is actually a disc. Yep.
Number 9. Nancy Revisited. Our loved ones never leave us. These photographs are proof. Posted to the Ghosts subreddit. S. Casey writes, my mother-in-law sent me a security cam picture of what appears to be her mom, Nancy, adding that she sadly passed away in December 2013. The photo was captured recently after the security camera detected motion on the mother-in-law's brother's back patio. The photo shows a very solid-looking human figure crossing the patio. The Redditor shares other photos of Nancy when she was alive. You can see some facial similarities in a close-up of the phantom image. Redditor Glitter Vomit responds, this is wild, whatever it is. Honestly, I hope it's a ghost and not a random person. If it was a person creeping around their yard, it's weird that the other cameras didn't catch them. What do you think? Is this just a rando walking their property at night? Or is this a loved one revisiting? Either way, mother-in-law might want to light a candle for Nancy. Number 8. Cemetery Ghosts. Break out the Kinect in a cemetery and you're bound to be dancing with ghosts. Published by Greg and Heather's Explorations, the pair's first encounter happens quite early on. While using a Kinect, this figure appears to them. Another is laying across a gravestone as Heather explores the cemetery further. Yet another is standing under a tree and communicates with Heather for a bit. Later, there appears to be several standing together. This area seems quite active. In another clip, Heather is holding hands with a spirit. This crazy footage could prove that the passed on are all around us. Proof that you wish you did not watch.
Where'd he go? He's gone. Horses? Oh yeah, there he is. Look. You see his hands? Watch his hands.
Oh my god, look at that.
Watch, look, he's grabbing her hand. Look.
He's still doing it? Yeah.
Number 7. Extraterrestrial Creature. A mysterious creature was captured in a dark alleyway before launching into the sky. Posted to the Paranormal Evidence subreddit by Dr. Muerte. The short video shows a thin, elongated figure creeping in the darkness, remaining just out of sight. As the figure becomes more visible, it looks like nothing but a giant head connected to legs without a torso. It then seems to either grow and disappear, or launch upwards into the air, as if teleporting. Is this an extraterrestrial? Or do our eyes deceive us? Number 6. Haunted Hill House. This creepy clip will set your hair on end. Published by The Haunted One in June of 2020. The brief footage reveals a very personal haunting. The clip shows a person, who I presume is sleeping. After a moment, the right pant leg of the person's shorts is pulled upward by something unseen. While the context of the clip goes unexplained, some of the comments interpret the scene, focusing on the surrounding objects. One commenter points out the creepy dolls, suggesting that the resident remove them from the house and put them into storage to see if the hauntings will stop. Is this the result of a possessed doll? It might be wise to test the theory. Number 5. Historic Jefferson Hotel Ghost. The historic Jefferson Hotel in Jefferson, Texas is notorious for its history and for its hauntings. The century-old hotel on the Big Cypress Bayou still hosts a handful of guests, primarily phantom ones. Published in February of 2022, this creepy capture purports to show one of these guests appearing in the bar of the hotel. Look closely at the reflection in the window of the bar. The photo was taken at the historic Jefferson Ghost Walk during a presentation. While presenting, the tour operator noticed something seemingly staring at him in the window. A close-up of the figure shows what looks like the reflection of an angry demon glaring at him. The tour operator says he knows our brains are good at conjuring faces and objects. It's a psychological phenomenon called pareidolia, defined by Merriam-Webster as the tendency to perceive a specific, often meaningful image in a random or ambiguous visual pattern. Still, he can't help but wonder if this is pareidolia or if he happened to capture a photo of one of the many phantoms that have long haunted the hotel's halls. Others have also pointed out the creepy mini faces in the two bottom frames of the window, but the face in the top frame definitely looks more defined, with nostrils, eye sockets, cheekbones, the whole profile. What do you think? Is this reflecting reality or reflecting our own psyche?
There it is again. And there's also someone else pointed out, like on the bottom, it looked kind of weird, like there were little faces staring in the window right here.
Number 4. Ghost responds. Ghosts don't have to speak to be heard. Published by Exploring with Tom in November of 2021. This crew is speaking to spirits when they receive an unexpected response. When Sarah asks the spirits of an abandoned school if they strongly dislike this building, the spirits answer in kind by shoving the camera below. You can see from the actual camera's point of view that it was given a good push by the ghost, who apparently didn't like that question. Did Sarah touch a nerve? Or is this voiceless ghost just trying to communicate an answer?
I know you hate this building.
Oh, what dog?
What was that?
Someone's just not
The camera's been up.
Number 3. Office Ghost. After being alerted to motion via his app, this individual checked a security camera. This is what he found. Published in January of 2017, D. Trueview explains that he and a friend were preparing to move furniture to their new store location. The footage shows an office with a strange orb-like figure floating around. The figure was apparently large enough to trigger the security camera. The uploader writes, "After seeing this on the camera, I checked to see if there were spider webs we had missed after we cleaned and painted the walls. Although that search turned up nothing." He claims he captured 3 other videos of strange human apparitions, but the videos vanished after he posted them, not only from online but from his iPad as well. He says a 4th video showed a man entering the shop to check the security system. A security system the building didn't have. In the video, the uploader says that the man caused a lantern to levitate. D. Trueview writes, "When I showed those videos to the landlord, he sold the building. Some things just can't be explained. I think I speak for everyone when I say we'd like to see more footage before passing judgment." Number 2. Door opening. Steph's basement is a haunted haven for paranormal activity. Reese didn't truly believe it until now. Published by Steph's Basement 89 in March of 2011, this scary video was captured at around 10 p.m. In the clip, a closet door in the corner of the room suddenly pops open. Then Reese, apparently frightened, pops up and runs out of the room. Steph writes, "I don't know if I'm happier that I got the door opening on video. Reese is supposed to be the brave one who claims she doesn't care about the basement. We can imagine she'll probably care now." I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. Evil itself. This paranormal investigator is about to encounter evil itself. Published by Dark Mystic in February of 2022. As the guy gets ready for his overnighter, the table upon which he set up some candles starts to move on its own. Later, another desk begins to shake aggressively. This is followed by a heavy chair skidding across the room. The same thing happens a second time. As Xenia is adjusting a candle on the table, could the responsible party be whatever is walking on the ceiling above? And what will happen when it comes down? When videos go as wrong as these ones did, then you know you're in for it. These are 30 scary videos that went horribly wrong.